that we are live exactly at 7 o'clock as promised.
Well,
Ronnie is double checking that now.
let's see.
It's a heck of a
That's
way to start, not knowing.
that's
Watch live now. Look at your notice.
there it is.
Yep.
Wait,
Wait
wait
for
for
it.
it. Yes.
Finishing each other's
Sentences. Oh, I should have said something
no,
different.
verbs.
That would have been much funnier.
Yeah. Oh, so we're live?
We are live.
Ah, how about that? Hey, good
Dang.
morning. You know what I don't have, though, is I don't have YouTube up, so I can't watch this.
Oh, you know what?
Can I do that or no?
I think you could safely do that.
All right, we'll try it.
I guess
Good
we'll
morning.
find out.
Welcome to Mass. All rise. It's like that to tell the truth thing.
Yeah.
Oh, you can be seated now.
Yeah.
What's for breakfast? You know what I'd like? Waffles.
Oh man.
Waffles, butter, and syrup.
I'd take anything, honestly.
Well, I do have a muffin, a blueberry muffin.
Well, the way your stomach growls, I don't want to take that away from
I
you.
know.
It says words. It said oil one day. His stomach said oil.
That's a reminder I set to change my oil in my car. When that goes off, I know it's like 5,000 miles. All right. Okay, so we're here today with you on a Sunday, and we have managed to get on live without the help.
Jason and Sasha, which is remarkable in and of itself.
I think it is.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Oh, Sasha's here, by the way.
Oh, she is?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were moving.
Yeah. What the
Or
hell?
in the process of, anyway.
They are. I saw them in their truck and trailer yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, with a lot of hot air balloons, too. Why is that
Yeah.
doing that?
Uh-oh.
That's not a good sign. Okay, let's see here. How can I get this to come up? Go here.
Oh, I wonder if it's because YouTube.
All right, let's do roll call with who's here on the live chat, Ronnie. Who do we have?
Okay, Sasha.
Mm-hmm. What does
Hooley.
she have to say this morning?
She said she was about to message us.
Oh, and to see if we could get on, and then
Yeah.
and then give us a
You know what? I think we're frozen.
really.
Yep. And it might be because you started YouTube, I bet. Maybe.
How about that? We'll just see if it rebounds.
Close YouTube, fellas, is what Sasha says.
Okay, I did.
Okay. Oh, I think I saw it move.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Not again, please. It's working on my OBS. We've got so much to get to here. I want to just get
man.
it rolling. Damn it. Come on.
Yep.
What, we locked up?
Yep.
Not a full stream. Broken images. Sound okay. Leaving this morning. Okay.
Oh, it is. It's.
Shall I stop and start again?
Yeah, I think we probably better.
But see, look, it's working right here.
I know. Yeah.
It's.
And we're moving, but we're
I
moving.
had it last week where I could get the
YouTube up.
comments. Otherwise, I can't see them.
Yeah.
Okay. How many people does it say we have watching?
Oh, there's. Where is that? 7.
Okay.
Well,
If that's the case, then we need to stop and start again. So that's what we will do. Stop streaming right now, and we'll be right back.
yep.
About constipation. I know it's not a comfortable word. It doesn't often comes up as a topic on talk radio or at parties, but constipation is truly something to be leery of. And you can change constipation. Am I on?
We're live.
Oh, I forget all that. I was just kidding. Okay, so we learned something there, didn't we, friends? I feel like maybe I should put a sweater on.
Yep.
Hi, neighbors.
Hello
How
there.
are you today? Would you be could you be? Won't you be my neighbor? All right.
Okay.
I guess maybe, Ronnie, you could do that, and I
Yeah,
could see
yeah, there
some
you
of
go.
them as we're going.
Yeah.
All right. Here's what we got coming up on the show today. First of all, we're going to do our Manatee draft. Thank you for your responses. It's been overwhelming. It's really catching on. And Ronnie and I enjoy the heck out of it. I had one person say, I don't get it. And that's okay. It's all
Oh,
right.
that's right.
And so a little bit later in the hour, we'll be drafting the greatest wiffle ball team of all time. Okay.
Or wiggle ball.
Now, when I came up with the topic yesterday, I sent it over to Ronnie and I said the greatest wiggle ball team of all time. And that was the autocorrect.
Yeah.
Thank you, wiffle ball team. So, I think what we'll do today is, should we just assume that we pick ourselves, or should I pick you and you pick me to be on the team in the first round?
You know what? So my mom had a really big backyard,
I know, I remember.
and we used to play wiffle ball in the back.
Yeah.
And if it went on the roof,
Uh-huh.
that was a home run.
Okay.
If it went over the roof, grand
Grand
slam.
slam.
And if
Yeah.
it crossed Marconi Avenue,
Uh-huh.
somebody's getting killed picking that ball up.
Probably, but somebody's going to get the ball.
Somebody's got to get the ball.
And it's going to be the guy that hit it, probably.
It probably is.
Wiffle
Yeah.
ball was huge in my
Oh my
neighborhood.
God, it was amazing.
We played it every day.
Yep.
And it was me and Fred Ray and two girls, Gail and Erin Erickson.
That
That was our clique in our neighborhood.
Not a very creative name, was it?
Erin Erickson.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost as good as Erin Andrews, right?
Well, it is actually worse than that. Much worse.
I'm sorry.
I have a, well, he's not a friend, he's a coworker, Rob Roberts.
Oh, a lot of thought went into that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
Bob.
God.
Well, anyway, we used to play wiffle ball every day, and we play boys against girls. We play boy and a girl against a boy and a girl. We play everything. And it was funny, too, because Fred and I would usually pitch,
Yeah.
and the girls, there's no way they could hit the ball coming 45 miles an hour. A wiffle ball at that.
Now we had like a tarp set up behind the hitter,
Oh, okay.
and if it hit the tarp, that's a strike.
Oh, if it hit the tarp.
Yeah, but and it wasn't a very big one. It's probably like 3x3 or something like that. Maybe a little less.
You know, in the olden days, a minute ago, how you'd lift up your garage with that handle
Right.
like this, and it was a wooden garage.
Yes.
And only the rich people had the metal one.
Yeah.
Anyway, if the
Not in our
ball
neighborhood.
hit that handle, it was an automatic strike.
Oh dang!
Oh, that's pretty accurate shot right
Wow.
there. Okay, so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit later. So, essentially, when you take the wiggle ball out, it's the greatest baseball players of all time. All right. So, if you'd like to interject at this point, you certainly may on the live chat.
Well, you know who it is. Says, what about through the window? I put many baseballs through our windows. Never put a wiffle ball through a window. We had a big. It was like 6 windows and then a door in between them in our backyard, and that was straight away center field.
Uh-huh.
And so if you really caught the ball, you could hit those windows. Never broke them.
Well, I'll tell you what, there was a natural progression that took place when the wiffle ball would get so damaged
Oh yeah,
that the plastic would crack and it wouldn't really wiffle, so it wouldn't really curve.
but it would whistle.
Yeah.
Then if you threw
Yeah.
it hard enough, you could get a whistle out of it.
So the natural progression was we began to put black electrical tape around the ball.
Oh yeah,
That changes the complexion of everything.
it really does.
That's like a rocket ship coming at you.
Wow, James Cruz says a wiffle ball bat stings.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Did your dad?
I was just thinking, take you out behind the shed. And
Yeah. You know, they used to say fetch a. What do they say? Fetch a rod or
Fetch a
something?
switch.
Switch.
Fetch a
Yeah.
switch.
Switch a wiffle ball bat.
Yeah.
I've been hit by wiffle ball bats before.
Yeah.
Anyway, so greatest baseball players of all time will be coming up in our draft in the second half of the show. And as I said, you on the live chat can make your suggestions. Now, I will say going into this, I am a Yankee fan. Ronnie,
I'm a
is
I'm a Bay Area baseball fan. I'm a bigger Giants fan than I am an A's fan, but I love the A's too. And if they both make a World Series, I'm in absolute heaven.
born in California,
Yes,
not
right.
New Jersey.
Yep.
Grew up on the Yankees and saw the Mets come into existence. And I guess it was 1962 or 63.
Sounds about right.
Uh huh. So we'll see how that.
Plays into it.
Yeah,
It definitely will have an effect.
I think so. And speaking of baseball, I can tell you that last night around 5 o'clock, my stomach was doing somersaults. I am so involved in this baseball playoffs, and I know for you, baseball season is over.
Yeah.
But
It's not?
no, it is for the Cardinals, or it will be.
And the Astros are not looking good.
Well, the Yankees did take one in Houston last night.
Tonight, though, uh,
Verlander.
yeah, Verlander. Man, that's a
Uh,
tough draw.
that's a force right there to be
That is,
reckoned with.
that's a tough draw.
But see, here's what I said last night. Yankees just really need to win one in Houston,
Right.
and then
Take care of your business at home.
exactly, and then you're on your way.
Yep.
Uh, so this was Houston was the team I was fearing the most, Ronnie, in terms of the matchup. And one other thing about this, I made a prediction, which got me a few email this week from baseball fans who watch the show. I predicted last week that Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, is going to be the manager of the year, and I took some heat for that. The coach or manager for Houston Astros was in his rookie year as well, I believe, and won the most games in the league.
They've won over 100 games a season for the last couple seasons.
Yeah, and 2 years ago we did battle with them and didn't fare so well.
Yeah.
But this year I think the tide has turned, at least in the first game. Second game tonight at 5:05 Pacific time, so
You know what?
8:05.
I gotta
on
tell
East Coast.
you, because it wasn't that long ago that Houston put up back-to-back 100-loss seasons. I want to say it was like 2013-ish, maybe.
Mhm.
Uh, Man, how they could rebuild that team so big and so fast is amazing. Their front office has to be on they're on their game.
It's a great organization.
Yeah.
The players even talk about how great it is to play for them. So we'll see. I think the MLB wanted ultimately to be the Yankees versus the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And man, oh man, talk about a choke. Clayton Kershaw. Oh my. Oh my.
The only thing the Dodgers are dodging is the World Series.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
they're
How many trophies you got lately? Well,
that guy he's super dominant also,
hi, Papa.
or he can be.
Yeah.
He's
Not in the
unbelievably good.
playoffs, you
But
can't.
in the playoffs,
And you know, what was the thought process behind that? Well, let's get him a couple innings. We're so desperate, we're going to bring out our best pitcher who's known to choke in big situations. There's an idea. Right on the nose. Yeah, great idea.
Tommy Lasorda wouldn't have done that.
You know, the Dodgers, as long as I've lived, they have always had a great pitching staff, not only on the big league, but in the minor leagues. They've always done so well with pitchers. I mean, Fernando Valenzuela
Yeah, oh yeah,
was just an example of that.
yeah. And then
Um,
they had the the Japanese guy, Hideo. Was that it? Suzuki or no?
no,
Somebody will come up with it.
yeah. So, okay, I think enough baseball talk
Yeah.
for this morning
Yep.
until the second half of the show when we go into our
Our
fantasy draft. Okay.
Yeah.
And if you don't understand how that works,
Well,
it's just like a NFL draft,
yes,
right?
kind of.
The first guy goes first,
If there were only two teams in
Right.
the NFL.
and then the second guy gets to pick two in a row. So it's pretty fair either way. All right. So this morning, some Fen talk. And I really hope that those of you that are here for the Fen information will have a little bit of fun with this.
And maybe contribute a little bit,
Absolutely, we're going to need you to do that.
as we're not searchers, we are
Researchers
researchers
and reporters.
and reporters.
Mhm. We research. Those of you who watch the other shows know that we do too.
Yeah.
We watch Jason's show. We watch Sean's show.
Yeah.
Um, Cow lasers, not so much.
I've watched the Odious Soul.
Uh-huh.
AGK
AGK is just,
I can't. Yeah. You know what? It's too long. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
Mhm.
I can't sit still that long.
well, there was a Cow lasers marathon, as I understand it. The only marathon I want to watch is Ridiculousness on MTV.
Yeah.
Do y'all watch that show? I grew up with America's Funniest Home Videos.
Yes.
And I graduated now because the Ridiculousness show with Rob Dyrdek, they show a lot of stuff and there's a lot of cussing and beeping that
Yes.
goes on in that show.
Yeah.
In fact, sometimes I fall asleep with it on, and like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm awakened to beep, 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 beep. You beep, 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 beep. Where's my bird? My bird's making some weird noises in the middle of the night too, scaring the crap out of me. It's like a gurgling sound he makes. What the hell is that?
He's imitating your stomach,
Yeah.
possibly.
Maybe it's too much cigarette smoke. All right. So Fen talk. Let's talk the Fen treasure. Ronnie, we get so many suggested solves
Yeah.
that we have had to come up with a criteria now,
Yes.
so that we're not wasting anyone's time.
Because we're not just going to throw stuff out there all willy nilly.
Yeah.
It's got to be semi in your own mind. You have to believe it in your own mind, first of all.
And if it's a little coherent, that would be good.
Yes.
So instead of just throwing everything at you, we've decided that we don't want to waste your time. And to be quite frank, our time.
Right.
There's a lot of time that goes into editing one of those shows, I can assure you. And then when someone says you didn't tell the story right, I think, whose fault was that?
Yeah.
So our criteria now, let's talk about it just a little bit, okay?
Okay.
It's pretty simple. Number one, you're going to have to start with all 9 clues.
Yep.
You're going to have to give your solve for each one of those 9 clues. And if you have pictures or map coordinates for Google Earth, that's a bonus in your favor. And is there anything else that we use?
I mean, that's it. But and if you think that 2 of the clues maybe they run together,
Right.
that's fine. 1 and 2, or however you see it, can be run together. But it has to say that, because we're not going to add anything to your solve.
Right.
We're not going to take away anything from your solve.
Mm-hmm.
But your solve has to be complete in order, 1 through 9, or 1, 2, 3, 4, however you see it solved. And you have to explain each one, because we've gotten some solves that are ridiculous,
Mhm.
or that don't mention several clues.
Warm waters.
Yeah. You can't have a solve until you've solved it. I mean,
And here's another thing. Here's another thing. If you're a person who wants to become famous for having us tell your story on our show, I have some bad news I got to break to you.
it doesn't always work that way.
No.
Didn't work out so well for one of our
Ah,
viewers
yeah.
with a solve.
And a lot of people say to me, why don't you open up the comments? You know what? Because I gave my word on that video.
It got
And
a little bit sketchy there. People
yeah,
took a nasty turn.
it got really personal. And
Yeah.
nobody needs that.
No.
Ain't nobody got time for that. So we do this for everyone's sake. You got to have where warm waters halt before we're even going to consider what you're talking about. And if we're going to tell you solve, number one, you have to be certain in your mind that you are done. One person said they were done, told me I could tell their story. The next day, they got back to me and said, hold on, don't do it yet. And I'd planned a whole vacation around this. Hold on, not just yet. Then the next day, he goes, okay, you can tell my story. And
Doesn't sound like he was 100% confident with it there.
and then even after his story was told, he said, well, I may not give up. I may come back to this at some point. Then what was the point of doing it?
Yeah.
Just to get your name on the YouTube show? Well, what we're saying is that ain't happening again.
It's got to be a little bit more than that.
Yeah. And I had one person say to me, well, you want me to do all the work. What are you guys going to do?
Do you ever watch the news? Because all the reporters do is read what's in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not adding, well, hopefully they're not. They're not adding their own opinions to a story.
Editorializing.
Yeah. Hey, and that's what we are basically. We're reporters. You give us the story, and if it makes sense, we'll read it.
Yeah. And not only that, but those newscasters that you see, they have a whole staff of editors
Right.
that are cutting up the video.
Yes.
I don't have that.
Yeah. I do.
Yeah, I know you do.
I have a good one.
You got people. You know a guy.
I do know a guy.
All right. So, having said that, if you'd like for us to tell your story, if you have the right intentions, you're willing to do due diligence, then yeah, we will consider your story and we'll tell it the best that we can based on the work that you do. We're just telling the story. Do you understand that? Please.
So in the chat, I just read a comment. Chad K says, I just started following this Fen treasure. Could this be a big hoax? And I know there's a lot of boots on the ground people that
They're going to
would-
take exception to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chad, if you're new, what are you, new here?
It's pretty real. I mean, there's thousands of people. Although we just talked about this in one of the chat rooms.
Hi, Bubba.
That the window for searching
Yeah.
rapidly beginning to close.
Oh, there's snow on the ground all around here.
Yeah.
And it's just the beginning. I've seen plenty of footage from there on videotape that people send me and on Facebook as well, and some of the pages that I belong to. So yeah, the window is about to slam shut, I would say. Is it the real thing or is it a hoax? Well, I can tell you that Ronnie and I have been following this story closely for about a year and a half.
Yeah, probably.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I think so. Let me get some coffee here. And there are a lot of things that we've learned from observing and researching. And I got to say that in the last year and a half, I have had my fair share of conversations with Forrest Fenn. They have not been, they've been email communique. And I can tell you that I believe wholeheartedly that the treasure is real and it is still out there. But as Ronnie was saying, there's really only a 2.5 to 3 month window, weather-wise, where you're going to be able to hunt for this.
I'll tell you the biggest reason that I'm 100% certain it's real is just because of the type of person that Forrest is.
Exactly.
I mean, if it were somebody that, I mean, almost anybody else, I might doubt it a little bit. But now, after exchanging emails with the man and just seeing him and God,
Reading the book.
the book, he's put so much into it. It's a real deal.
Hey, Chad, have you read the book? I'm waiting. Oh, he's not going to answer it.
It's going to take him a couple. There's a
Oh,
little
okay.
bit of a delay.
Delay. All right. You know, do you remember, Ronnie? There was a time when people would say that all the time to us. Hey, you guys haven't even read the book.
Right.
Well, we read the book twice.
We
now.
have read the book.
Yeah,
But there were some big words I didn't understand.
right. Well, we had some kindergartners explain those words
Oh,
to us.
Chad says he's ordering the book today.
Oh, good, excellent. Okay.
Yeah, I think you know what. I because I'd heard some less than remarkable things about the book. I wasn't expecting too much,
Mhm.
but I enjoyed it.
I did too.
I really enjoyed it.
He can really
He's a great storyteller.
tell the tale,
Yeah.
especially the chapter on the war. I
Yes.
found that really fascinating, and
It's like the longest chapter in the book,
I,
also.
I'll tell you, after reading that, I had a whole new respect for him,
Yeah.
as I do for anybody who has dedicated their life to military service, or at least some portion of their life, as Forrest did. And the story is that Forrest flew at nearly 365 missions in a year. It's less than that, not one every day, but almost, and two on some days, and maybe more. But the point is that for a whole year, he was a combat fighter, a pilot.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. He's not, he was never collegiate. And he's a fascinating writer. He's lived a life that is worthy. Anyway, my point is, you really will understand more about Forrest after reading the book, Chad.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so what we wanted to get to, how much time do we have in the first half hour, Ronnie? Can you tell?
Oh, let's see. Where are we at here?
What we wanted to do is ask this question of you this morning.
About 20 minutes.
Okay, so we got about 10 minutes before we switch gears here. Um, as searchers and as boots on the ground viewers, what would you say is the most important tool to have when you go boots on the ground? If you're planning to, then this will be handy information. If you've already been, then you're speaking from experience. So we open it up to you on the live chat this morning. If you have time, grab yourself a cup of coffee. I turned the product placement around on the cup.
Police has a good map. Yeah, you got to have a good map.
Ronnie, I'm going to go book. I think you should take the book with you, although you probably have it memorized by this point, at least the poem.
Jason does. Or
Yeah.
just take Jason with you. Although
Right.
Jason's not a tool. But said the tool.
To the tool. That's sorry, radio show joke.
Oh, Carpet Dance's bear spray.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, bear spray. You know what? That might even be more important than the
That
book.
might be number one, probably.
I think so too.
Yeah.
If you encounter a bear, remember you just have to be faster than your friend.
Yes. So go ahead and switch shoes if you want to.
All right.
Uh,
Yep, bear spray. Common sense, says Ken Blythe. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Common sense is getting us nowhere.
True, but don't get yourself. It will not. It will get you not killed.
Good point.
So yeah, you don't have to climb up the face of any mountains.
Right. You're not going to be rappelling.
No. No.
No zip lines.
Traversing rivers.
No. And you know when you follow those clues and they are the right clues, you're going to walk right to it and you're going to go, there it is.
Yep.
There it is. Imagine what that moment would feel like. I would think instantly, my life is about to change.
The clouds would part.
The sea would part.
The sun would shine down.
Yeah. There would be life.
Yeah. Otis says imagination, and
Mhm.
Captain Marvel says an open mind. I mean, and it's been talked about on other shows. You have to use both sides of your brain. This is, there's a lot of thinking involved, but there's also a lot of thinking outside the box involved. And says at destination, you got to know where. Well, researching. Hopefully, you've got your clue number one, where warm waters halt.
I've heard people say that you should have your solve for at least 6 months without deviating from it,
Right.
and just further illustrating the points that you're going to need to make. And at that time, then you will have a destination. And if it's, we know this person between the two of us whose solve changes about every 4 hours.
Yes.
Okay. That's not what we mean. What we mean is you need to have that and be working on your solve for at least 6 months.
Kind of refining it, maybe.
Yeah, and it could be plus or minus depending on the
Yeah.
seasons changing and such.
I'll tell you, I watched a video last week.
Hmm.
I can't think of her name. Is it Cynthia
Yeah.
Meacham? So she went on, somebody, a Facebook friend of hers, I guess, or possibly a YouTube friend, hit her up and said, "Hey, I have a solve. Would you join me on it?" And they walked. It was amazing. God dang, she took a really nice video. If you can find that, you should watch it.
Okay.
They're walking around hot springs.
Hmm.
Uh, really, they didn't find it, needless to say, but it was definitely they kind of had at least the very first clue figured out. Which they did a really nice job with it. I'm going to give her props for it.
William Sparks says, "Why would bear spray be a must?" See, we're talking about you
Yes.
and common sense.
There are big mean
Cynthia.
bears in this area.
Hmm.
Yes, Cynthia. Um, so yeah, and I just watched something on the news last night. Some people were on a hike and they see a bear, I don't know, like 100 yards away. And this is a line of people. There are probably 15 people walking this trail, but I believe it was a mother and son stopped, and the bear
Oh yeah,
up,
yeah.
walked right up to the son,
Hmm.
and he just stood there.
Hmm.
He didn't move. The bear kind of sniffed him and then trotted away. Like, man,
What do
that's
you have to smell like to turn a bear off?
yeah, dude. This is a bar of soap. Use it. Don't be afraid of the soap.
Only you can prevent forest fires. I don't think the book is necessary to actually bring with, says Copper Dan. By the time you actually go, you have a destination already in mind. Yeah, I agree.
I think so, but you know what? I can't help but think, and I know Forrest he didn't illustrate the book, but sometimes I think that sometimes those pictures may have more to it than, just an illustration in the book.
Matt McGrew joins us this morning and comments. He says, a pencil and notepad.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, if it helps you to document what it is that you're doing, I believe that it would be a great thing to, and of course, this is me thinking about YouTube and stories.
Right.
I think it would be great to keep a journal every day of your search.
Yeah.
Today, I went here, and this is what I believe is close to where warm water is halt, and this is why. So that you can go back after it, obviously, if you haven't found the treasure, and think about what you were feeling at that time and what your thought process was. So maybe that is a great idea, Matt. Thank you.
Well, and you know what? I was on Jason's channel. This has been probably a week or two ago now,
Mhm.
and Sasha was there also, or maybe it was Sasha's show. Anyway, and I was saying that, you know what? I've done a little bit of searching when old people or young kids get lost,
Mhm.
and we do what's called a grid search.
Oh yeah, this is this is fascinating.
And so you are responsible for a block of area, and you search that area completely. And once it's searched, nobody goes back there. And you can cover, if you get enough people, you can cover a lot of ground and you can cover it pretty completely. We've never not found what we were looking for. So
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
that's a song.
Oh,
Yeah.
just thought I'd just throw that out there.
So, I mean, it's too bad, honestly, that there's not a lead searcher who is keeping track of all the grids that people have searched. That they can, if somebody says, "Hey, this is where I think this starts," lead searcher can go, "Nope, we've started there, doesn't work out."
Save a lot of time and
It sure
money.
would, but see, the problem is you can't get 6,000 people to even spit up one clue a lot of times because they don't want to give away their solve. So I get it. I get both sides of the coin, honestly. Um,
Alan Kay says, I'd bring my bronze sniffing alligator. Metal detectors are not allowed in Yellowstone. Okay.
that's true.
Oh, shoot.
Ruh-roh.
Okay. All
Well,
right, let me take it.
we got a we got a situation here.
Wait a minute. Why? Because it's plugged. Oh, it's in.
Oh my God. God. Woo! Blues